Hanover Square Press and HarlequinAudio present The Keeper of Hidden Books, a novel by Madeline Martin, performed by Saskia Maarleveld. For Mama. Every scene in The Keeper of Hidden Books makes me recall something I learned in Poland with you at my side, and it's made this book all the more special to me. Thank you for those wonderful memories together, and for your endless love and support. I'm so lucky to have you. Part 1. Chapter 1. Warsaw, Poland. August 1939. Zofia Novak sat back on her calves in the warm summer grass, while her friend Janina clumsily wound a bandage around her head. The other pairs of girl guides sat in a semicircle beneath the oak trees in Łazienki Park, all working to perfect their first aid skills. Not that the looming war on Poland would ever come to Warsaw. Still, it was wise to be ready, and everyone in the city was preparing in their own particular way. For Papa, it was stocking medical supplies at the hospital, while Zofia's mother waited in endless grocer's lines to ensure their cabinets were overflowing with tinned food. Posters were plastered all over the city, asking men to line up at elementary schools and enlist, and radio stations filled the air with the pulse of patriotic music. And it was why Helen Keller's The Story of My Life was nestled in Zofia's bag, another read inspired by the list of books Hitler had banned in Germany. Zofia pulled the bandage from her head and repurposed the linen to bind a splint onto Janina's lower leg. "How's that?" "It feels good." Janina wriggled her limb. "Studying medicine like your father might be a good choice for next year." Rather than reply, Zofia considered her handiwork. "Have you decided what you want to do after our final exams?" Janina's voice was gentle as she spoke, but nothing could lighten the pressing decision that weighed on Zofia every day. This was their last year of secondary school, a final exam away from graduating. They would be 18 then, adults. The whole world stretched out ahead of them like a runway, so they could soar into the future. For everyone except her. "You sound like Matka," Zofia groused. Though it wasn't really true. Janina's characteristic delicacy was nowhere near the brusque tone of Zofia's mother. Whether she was insisting Zofia dress nicer, be more outgoing, or be more proactive with choosing a career path, something lucrative like medicine, there was always a demanding air about her mother, which was precisely why Zofia referred to her in the more formal regard as Matka, rather than Mama. Janina's mother was a mama, the type to smile and ask after a test, or to offer hugs on a bad day, rather than criticism. Perhaps that was why Janina was always so kind and considerate. It was that congeniality that started their friendship so many years ago when they were children. Zofia had never been gregarious, more the kind to keep to herself and tuck into a book than drum up conversation with people she didn't know. Being the tallest in class did her no favors, leaving her feeling as though she stuck out like an ugly duckling among baby chicks. On Janina's first day in school, she'd strode over to Zofia with an enviable confidence and shared some of the flower-shaped butter cookies her mother had baked, filling in any silence between them with an animated chatter that made Zofia instantly like her. Now Janina moved her leg, testing Zofia's bandage. "If I sound like Matka, then I take back my suggestion." The loosely tied bandage gave, and the neat knot slipped free, the band unraveling from her leg. One of the splints tilted over into the grass. "Being in medicine is not my path, evidently." Zofia collected the splint with what she hoped was an uncaring smile. "I think Papa understands." Her father was a renowned doctor in Warsaw, specializing in surgeries. His was a name that would be impossible to live up to, especially for a daughter who couldn't commit to any kind of future. "You love to read." Janina blew a lock of dark hair out of her brow.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?